Hello and welcome to Sitaara Tarot. This reading is for January 2021 for Cancer. It's for love, money and career. So I'm using 6 decks. I'll put the decks in the description box below. And the first column here is going to be for love and relationships. The second column is for money and finances. And the third column is for career and projects. These are general readings. They're not going to resonate with everyone, so just take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't behind. Okay, so when I look at love and relationships, that could be a romantic relationship, but it could also be a relationship, a significant relationship, so it doesn't necessarily have to be an intimate or romantic one. So they are general readings, so just placing them in the right place for you. Okay, so there is a very strong theme in this reading, and I have to say, when I was shuffling your cards came out really easily. There was a real flow, and as they were coming out, I was thinking, oh, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chariot appears. And you do get a card like the Chariot, so I'll get to that in a second, and it is in your love and relationships. So there is definitely a theme of moving forward. So we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, well, the Six of Spades here, but which is the Six of Swords. And that's really about moving forward from choppy waters. And then above that, we also have an 8 of Cups. The Cups represents the water signs. And with the 8, it's really about making that decision to move forward and look for something that quite often it could be spiritual, a spiritual path. So needing to leave these 8 cups behind to take a different path and walk away. So this is interesting. This is happening in your love and relationship life. So for me, there is a real sense of, I'm not saying that you're going to be walking away or walking out on a relationship, but there is definitely a sense of needing to move forward, needing to go further down the river. And the reason I'm saying that is when you think about the Six of Swords in the original tarot, it's a boat on, I think it's a river, so it's a boat on water, and this person here is walking by the water, and just here in a different deck there's this water here. So it just feels like there's this need to have this flow and this journey in your love and relationship. So a need to really sort of move forward, and that's moving forward with your thoughts, because the swords represents the thoughts and intellect and communication, but also moving forward with your emotions. So leaving behind what no longer serves you emotionally and moving forward through that journey. And then you come up here with the Last Judgment in this deck. It's called the Last Judgment. So with the Judgment card, it's also a card of rejuvenation or rebirth. So, and it's the Last Judgment. So I do get a sense there's a need to renew or bring to life something that, how can I explain this? There is a need to walk away, move forward for this to happen, for this rebirth to happen. So you need to walk away from your thoughts, the communication, from your emotional attachment, to allow this energy to step in, to allow this rebirth. So it could be a rebirth of a relationship, and this came up with another, I can't remember which zodiac sign it was, but there's a real sort of strong sense of a relationship was going to be rebirth, so to speak. So it's you thought that something was kind of dead and gone and was no longer serving you, but it's given it new life. It's like a renaissance. So it's actually really quite beautiful. And then the card as a message from universe is this card that came in, and it's number 45. And I'll just try to get it in the camera shot without getting reflection, because it is a beautiful card, and it's surprise, forward movement. And look at that card, it really reminds me of the Chariot. So see how she's on the flower, and these butterflies are guiding her along her way, and there's like these ribbons, and the ribbons aren't necessarily attached to her. You can't even see her holding the ribbons. Just like in the Chariot, he doesn't actually hold the reins to the horses that are sort of moving forward. So it's about really sort of allowing your sort of intuition, your guide, your knowing to move forward. So that for me, there's definitely this real sense in your love and relationships of a need to move forward, which then gives a beautiful rebirth to that relationship. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope it resonates with some people. And then we'll move on to the money and finances. So I really find these cards quite fascinating. So I'm going to read them as a trio. You have a King of Cups here. So the King of Hearts is the same as the King of Cups in the Tarot. And that's really being able to contain and master your own emotional world, which is a beautiful energy to be stepping into in January 2021, and really connected. I mean, you have appeared so much in your reading. So with that card I've just showed you, the forward movement card, for me that's the Chariot in the Tarot, and that's your card, Cancer. And with this King of Cups water sign, that's also connected to you. So I feel there's, in your finances and in your money, you're really kind of stepping into your own, and really owning that, really owning yourself. I don't know how to explain this. So just a sort of a mastery, I guess. You're really being in charge of your finances and owning that. So you've got the King of Cups, and you've also got the King of Swords at the top here. So the King of Swords is really the swords representing the air signs, and it gives clarity and communication, and again another mastery. So the King has worked through the minor arcana to step into the court card to be the king of that suit. So you're really, with your thoughts and with your emotional world, you've really sort of harnessed them within your financial sector of your life, if that makes sense. And you've kind of brought it together, and in the middle, what links the two is the Empress. And the Empress is the mother of the major arcana, so ruled by Venus. Beautiful card, and it's really abundance. So I have to say, for your money and finances in January 2021, there is a real sense of mastery and abundance, which good on you Cancerians, because that is beautiful. And the card that you got from Message from Universe is this beautiful card here, and again I'm going to try to get it in shot without reflection, and it's the number 50, and it's No Place Like Home, and it's this beautiful card. So I'm not sure, you know what, now I've just been thinking, with the card that I just showed you, which is moving forward, which to me is the Chariot, and this is No Place Like Home, I would not be surprised if you actually move home in January. So that could be for a handful of people, but there is definitely a potential of moving forward, moving into a new home. If it's not an actual home, I'm just going to place this card. Where shall I place it? Here. If it's not an actual home in your material home, like a new house, it could be you're actually stepping into your own home of yourself. So you're stepping into being the king of your emotional world. You're stepping into being the king of your thoughts and your communication. And you're allowing yourself to be the whole Empress, to be the mother of the major arcana. So, and the No Place Like Home, the message from Colette Baron-Reid is about, coming home to yourself. So beautiful for your finances, absolutely wonderful. So then we're going to move on to your career and projects. So again, I've named it career and projects because not everybody is in that sort of stage of life to focus on a career. So it's going to be career and projects. So place that into your life wherever it fits. beautiful start. The Queen of Wands. So with the Queen of Clubs, that's the Queen of Wands in the tarot, and that's really the Queen of the fire signs. So that's really having passion, creativity, action, moving forward. She's really a queen to herself. She's very determined, and she doesn't really she doesn't give up. She's got a lot of sort of ability to really sort of get what she wants, the Queen. So that's a beautiful energy to have in your career and in your projects. You're really fired up and you're really determined to sort of make things happen, which sounds a little bit ironic because the next card that follows that is the Five of Pentacles. And I have to say, what's standing out for me in this reading is that you don't have any pentacles. And I have to say, for me, pentacles are really important in a reading because it gives it grounding and it makes it sort of solid. So maybe in your career and in your projects that you're working on, maybe you're feeling, even though you've got loads of passion, loads of drive, loads of ideas, loads of creative energy to move you forward, maybe there's a little bit of lack of money to put these in place. And you're feeling a little bit left out in the cold. So you've got all of these ideas, but financially you may not have the money available to you. I think, because I'm just thinking, well, how can that be possible when you've got such a beautiful reading within your money and finances? But maybe your money and finances is actually locked up in resources or in something else, because these two people are standing outside what looks like a church window, and historically churches kind of had a lot of wealth and a lot of power, and they also used to sign the contracts off because they were the only people who could write contracts for ownership of land. So maybe there's something in your, there's finances that are tied up somewhere. I actually, this is only just coming to me as I'm doing the reading. So I think your finances are in your, for your career and your projects that you want to sort of run with, your finances are tied up somewhere else. You have them, but they're just not available to you. So you're feeling a bit sort of left out in the cold, so to speak. And the reason I'm saying that is because I know here you've got finances. You've kind of brought it all together here. But also with the Eight of Swords. So with the Eight of Swords, it's about being caught up in your thoughts. The swords representing the air signs. And it's really feeling trapped. So when I said there's no other pentacles here in the reading apart from this one, I do feel that your pentacles, your money, but you can't access it for some reason in January. And these are minor arcana cards. So anything that's a minor arcana, which are the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Swords, they're transitional energies. They're smaller energies that shift and move and you move through. But with the major arcanas, such as the Last Judgment and the Empress, they have more significant and longer lasting energies. So don't be afraid of these two cards. I feel it's just a very temporary thing that's happening for you in January. This is sounding very suspicious. I can't say that word now. This is sounding very specific, thank you, to a certain people or person. So I will just show you the final message from universe. And the final message from universe is this lovely card called Healer. So that's the card there, Healer. So that came in as a final message from universe for your career and your project. And I have to say, the message that's coming through for me from this card is maybe what you're passionate about and moving forward in, it is in the healing realm. So maybe you're becoming a psychologist, a therapist, a masseur, something that's healing people. However, I feel there's also a little bit of a warning within this card of looking after yourself and just keeping yourself in check, because when you do become a healer, especially if you do that professionally, it's really, really, really important to look after your own well-being, because you're not able to sort of care and look after others until you unless you're really sort of looked after, you're fit and healthy and feeling strong. So I do feel in this message from universe within your career and your projects is about also if you are heading in the direction of changing career or working with your career, which is a healing career, to also really look after yourself in that process as well. So I really hope that these messages resonate with you, and if you're still with me at this end of the video, please press like, please subscribe, and come back to the channel to see the February readings. And also, if you'd like to leave a nice kind message, just a supportive message, that would be awesome. And take care, lots of love.